Happy to see you. Today we're going to be doing more with the feet, more about centering, grounding in the feet, and then the connection of the balance of energy flowing through. So to do that, let's get started with a seated set, and let's play around with the feet while we're doing that. So from right here, we're going to do, oops, I'm just going to remove this because I know this will drive me crazy. Here we go. Okay, so let's get one foot going. And if you remember from last week, we were down and up, nice and slow and relaxed, letting everything come through and just feel that opening. And when we are doing this, we have the pump on the bottom of the foot, on the heel, that is sending fluids back up to the core. And you want to do that with the big toe staying flat rather than pulling up from the toe. So let's try the other side. And again, nice and slow rather than quick. So you're not in muscle memory, but you're actually in the whole movement action. So being able to let that go. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have that, I would like to engage. I just feel like I always want to do the whole seated foot exercise because I love it so much. I'm going to do one foot and one hand. That's how I did it last week. So what I'm going to do is have you shift from your sit bone back towards the tailbone just a little bit, so you're kind of between the two, and then your hand is going to go open and then bring it back. And let's do the other side. So we're going open and bring it back. And I'm doing nice and slow so you can feel inside into the hip, also into the knee, up into the back where everything is going and traveling. So I can actually feel this in my lower back, about this much space. So it's actually traveling between those pieces. And bring that back, open, and bring that back. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the heel. So the heel is going to go open, and I want you to just feel that inside the hip and feel that into the lower back. Bring it back. Open. So feel how that shifts. Feel how it shifts in the other leg as well. Bring it back. So as everything lines up, and then when this foot turns, everything changes in the hip. Bring that back. Open. And bring that back. Open. Bring it back. Open. Bring it back. Open. Bring it back. Open. Bring it back. And I'm trying to just bring awareness to, so you can feel how much effect is coming all the way through the system, because we're going to work with the feet. So now what I'm going to do is take, open and close, toe in. Toe in. Toe in. So you can feel how that squeezes in. And the reason I'm just doing this one for awareness is notice how the lower back kind of expands, but inside the hip closes. And that squeeze is changing the way many muscles are working together with each other. In and out and in and out. Okay, so now you're going to do it with the heel. Press it forward, take it back. Press it forward, take it back. Now the obvious thing is this spiral is coming through the hip. Twist, come back. So the spiral is in there, and you can feel it in your back. But what we're not really thinking so much about is the spiral that's happening on the bubbling springs, which is the ball of the foot right underneath there, and how that's moving. And that creates a different way for us to move energy. Hello, Jeanette. Good to see you. Open and close. Okay, so it's a little bit different way to play with that exercise. So now what I would like you to do is go ball of the foot, place it down, then drop the heel, then pick it up, take it to a point. Take it down to the ball, drop the heel. So we've got ball, drop the heel, ball, bring it up to the toe, ball, and then heel. Place, drop, up, toe, ball, heel. Place, drop, ball of the foot, toe, ball of the foot, heel. So this one is just giving us a chance to work through the foot, the toes, the ankle, and up into the lower leg, into the knee, which we're not really thinking about so much when we're doing these little exercises, but it is changing the dynamics all the way through. Perfect. Okay, so now just running with the feet. So it's not all the exercises that I typically would do, but just bringing awareness to the feet. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is stand up, and I want you to just bring awareness to what do the feet feel like. So can you feel the 9 points of the feet? And are they even? Which amazingly at the moment, mine are. It's not usually the case. So I'm amazed. Okay, so we have that. So now what I want you to do is shift your weight over to the right, sink down into the right leg, and I just want you to assess how that right leg feels for holding you there. Okay? And if you could pick your foot up, would you be able to balance? Would you be able to navigate that? Is it solid? That would be your yang foot. So that would be energy going down into the ground. Going down into the ground. Coming over into the left foot, pushing down into that. Feel your weight into the floor. And if you feel comfortable, you can pick your foot up. And then just balancing on the foot there and see if you navigate that and it feels really comfortable. Which amazingly, it does. It did not this morning. So down in the left foot is the yin energy is coming up. The yang is going down the right. Okay? So what I just want you to assess is, do you have a balance of flow of energy coming through both sides? And all we did was a tiny little bit of exercises sitting down. And when I go to do this, I don't have my feet, the muscles in my feet kind of trying to navigate or not quite working the way I want. They actually are solid. That's what you want. Okay. So Jeanette is saying her left is stronger. So then that's saying the in energy, yin in, yin is solid, but letting go, not so much. So that's where you can get a block in the middle of the body. So you want to make that energy find its way down and out. So it flows out. Thanks for that comment. That's great. Okay, so now we're just going to be aware of that as we go through the exercises today. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit out of, usually I run through a set and try to get the energy to flow. I'm actually going to do the seated to standing Danyus, and not with meridian trace, but just seated to standing. And that's for you to engage those feet and see how they feel and feel that push that comes up. Okay. Now a little exercise that we do in one of our workshops is not a Tai Chi workshop, Raising Bioenergetic Awareness workshop, is seeing yourself where you want to be. And then that helps move you to that space because you already believe you're there. So just as you sit down, just sitting nice and solid, straight back, up through nice solid posture. And then when you go to stand up, that same thing. But to get there, you already picture yourself solid on those 2 feet, feeling the 9 points in each foot. Everything's balanced, spine is nice and raised, and there you are. Okay? So just thinking about it before you do it means you'll get there because it's already done. So I just thought I'd bring that little piece in, and you might notice your feet kind of go down into the floor. Okay, so we're going to fall forward into the feet. Bring the hands back. We're going to balance on the feet and then come back. And then this is going to take you up. This is going to come all the way back down. Sink. So you have balance. Into the feet. Balance. Sinks back. and up and out, and then sink. So we've got out and back, and up and out, and let that come down. Okay, so now what I want you to imagine is those three. And you just feel the flow that comes through. You know the flow of tracing the meridians. Everything is engaged as soon as we start working on the Danyus. And then engage everything this time. So the intention is energy is flowing through all the points, right through the feet. You can feel the bounce comes all the way through that and then sink back down. And that takes a little bit of the effort out. Okay, so now as you're sitting there, can you feel how the feet are connected to the floor? Mine at the moment are just like sucked right down into the cork. It's like, hold me right there. Okay, so now what I want you to do is come back up. And as you do that, feel the weight of those feet. Feel the connection of the toes to the floor. Is everything balanced? Now if you go over to your right, what does that feel like? Go over to the left. What does that feel like? And see if you've got that buoyancy in there. Okay, so now let's play with that a little bit more. Let's do, I'm just going to push this out of the way. Let's do walks through the feet. So that's where you take a step with one foot, put it down into the floor. And as you shift your weight into it, you're pushing out of the back foot, sink down into the front foot, now push off the toes. So you feel each toe leave the floor. Place the foot, shift your weight into that foot, sink down into the left foot, push out of the toes, step. So it has a rise in it, and then it has a sink in it, down into the foot. Place the foot, gives you a rise up, feel that, down. Push through the feet, push through each toe. Step, push. This exercise is fantastic for finding out where muscles might not be quite supporting you and where you might not be balanced, because you'll notice it in the different feet. It gives you a chance to figure that out, and we'll use Tai Chi to balance it. Step through. Now I'm not using whole body. My arms are just by my side. Okay, so I'm going to change that as I go back. So I'm going to roll my foot over and then roll back through the toes, sink into the back foot, drop. So you're going to open the spine. Foot goes out, over the top of the toes, roll it over, sink back, drop. So you go over the top of the toes, a little complaint in my big toe, sink, over the top of the toe, roll it over, sink. So this one is fantastic. There, the spine just opened up. For opening the spine, but also for connecting the energy from the feet all the way through the body, up. And we were talking about how C7 and T2 were like the gateways for the energy to come out your arms. This is going to coordinate that. So you've got over, roll, sink, over, and sink, over. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is walk forward again, but make it whole body. So we'll just use commencement. So the hands come up, sink. Tailbone opens, push out of that foot, drop. Push out of the foot, and feel the power come through your feet. Lower back can open if you let everything relax. Nice deep breath. Let that go. Lift. Sink. Lift. Sink. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go backwards. So you're going to turn that toe over, and you're going to, the leg that you're standing on, you're going to have, the leg that you're standing on is going to have the opposite hand. So the foot that's got the toe, that hand's going to go up. Roll it back. So it's still a commencement. It's just one hand instead of two. And the other hand is going to press back. So it separates, roll, separate. And one more. Sink. And back. Perfect. That one can change so much for the body. Okay, so let's do brush knee going forward. And again, we're just noticing the difference between the right and the left foot. And yesterday I was talking about when you have a straight limb, so if my back leg is straight, that is yang energy, and bent is yin energy. So we have a balancing act that's going back and forth between the two. So if we start with the right foot forward, right hand is pushing down, the left hand is pushing out, and it continues as you spiral, rise up, feel the weight into your foot, notice what it feels like, sink and open that, place the foot, and this is going to come back through brush knee. So now, notice the weight in that left foot, twist step, notice your weight going into it, place the foot, brush knee. Now, as I'm trying to keep my balance and everything, I forgot to breathe. So, put a big breath in, let it go. Make sure that the breath goes right down to the bottom of the belly. Ah, there's my balance, it came back. Twist step, step, and this is brush knee. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards. So you're going to open, step back quad, push. Now, nice big breath. Sink. Open, sink. Open, sink. Open, sink. Okay, so now put that right foot out, brush knee, sink, spiral. Keep breathing, nice big breath. Now notice what your feet feel like on this round. The weight has shifted at all, where it's going to go, sink. And then you're going to go back. Step back wall, sink. Down into that back foot. Feel the power in your right leg. Step, feel the power in your left leg. Sink. Open. Sink. Open. Sink. Open. All right. As your foot is, that ball of the foot is just pushing a little bit into the floor there, it's a really good exercise, again, for using those feet. Okay, so let's go to move hands like clouds, because you have a drop down into the right foot. You have an extension over with the foot staying straight forward to the front. A transfer across staying down. Place the foot, push up, transfer the weight over, and then sink. Okay? And this action going across like that, again, you're trying to raise awareness about your feet. Yin comes in the left, yang is going out the right. Okay? So you have sink, over. Feel what those feet feel like. Feel how the weight adjusts, and then notice how it feels in your hip and in your lower back. and then sink. Step. This is going to come across. Place the foot, push. Sink. Push. So you're feeling down into that leg, feeling into the foot. Sink. Push. Sink. And then the last one, sink and across. Okay. So now the awareness that you raise by just working with your feet and really being able to pay attention when you go to do something, like you're out walking on pavement and you start to notice if your body moves in a certain way. Maybe one foot feels different from the other. Hips start to feel different, start to feel a pain somewhere, whatever. You're just paying attention to the clues that come to you, and then you're going to remember what it was you were doing in Tai Chi that got you to relax and sink down into that foot. If you're walking on surfaces that are man-made, they can change the way the body reacts. So you'll notice the difference between walking in the grass and walking on cement. So start to notice and feel what it feels like. Also, walking on plastic is different than walking on leather. So just notice and be aware so that you can be aware of, oh, my back is locking up while I'm standing at the moment. Why is that? Nice deep breath in. Let me see if I can sink. Can I find, there's my foot. Okay, so even though I'm walking with this particular pair of shoes on, I can find the way to relax. And then start to change the way you understand how your body is reacting to the way that the surroundings are influencing you. Okay, so now let's take that and let's go to the first 17 from Tai Chi, because this is where we have a lot of position changes. We put ourselves in different directions. We also work on the 45, and that is working everything that's going on inside that hip, okay, all the way around the middle section. So I'm just going to move over because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to run out of room. Okay, so we'll start off anyway. So here's commencement, and now I want you to feel the feet as you sink down into the floor. Knees and hips let go, lower back opens. So now you have fingertips turn, weight goes into the left, pull this across. Right toe turns, right heel spirals, and now you have everything coming around to face the right side. There's our circle, okay, which is bringing the energy in. And then the left grasp its tail. Now feel the weight shift from the right to the left. Hold the ball. Bring the energy in, step with your right foot, and today let's do fingertip into the wrist. Turn the hand, push into that right foot, sends you back. Push into the left foot, pushes you forward. Push into the right foot, sends you back. Push into the left foot, pushes you forward, sinks back. So now, this is the whole leg turning, then the ball of the foot spirals, so you can feel that come right through your hip, comes around, sink, place the foot, and that's going to push out of the back into the front. Push from the front to the back. Feel that. There's your foot changing. Now you have a lift. Feel the weight totally in that left foot. Heel is just there for balance. Sink, drop, open the spine. We worked on this the last couple of days. Foot, hand, turn, and come across. Place the foot. Now feel the power. That right leg, spiral up, spiral down. Power is all the way through that lower back. Place the foot. This is going to come through and out. Half a step, push out of the left foot into the right foot. Heel goes out. Spiraling down in that right leg. Open the hands. Step. This is going to be brush knee left. twist step, so you can feel in that lower back, step, brush knee right, twist step, step, brush knee left, half a step, heel goes out, I'm just moving over, sink, open, brush knee left. Okay, so I'm realizing you won't see anything anyway, so I'll just move back. So here you are. Now, we worked on this. The hand keeps going, the lower back opens. This is going to go up. So you can feel from your right foot, feel the push out of your right foot, sink into your left foot, step patois, push. There's that foot that you worked on before. Push right through the toes, step, and then let that come through. That goes out, sink to right back, sink, push forward, sink, push back, whole side turns, heel turns, sink. Okay, this goes over to the left, adjust the foot, and then come back up. I was looking into the camera, which is reversed image, and I didn't have a clue which was right and which was left. Okay, so now feel the connection of your feet to the floor and see if that's changed. What I'm noticing is I feel like I'm actually lighter on my feet. They're connected to the floor, but they're not like down on the floor anymore. Now they're kind of like sitting on the floor. And I'm like, yeah, I could go anywhere I wanted to, no matter what I want to do. That's where they're sitting. Okay, so we have that little bit of awareness. Let's go to first part of low cut. Usually we're so busy worrying about arms, we actually don't really pay attention to the feet so much. So let's try it. So this is going to come up and out. Feel that come up and out. Tailbone's going to drop. Turn the hands. Sink. So you feel your weight. Right now I can feel it moving back into my heel. And I want to put it into the bubbling spring. So I need to figure out how to balance. Comes through. Now this is going to go weight into the left. Spirals you to the right. Weight into the right. Spirals you straight, lifts you up, turn, let that go all the way out, sink. Comes through, turning that toe, sink. Plant the foot, that's going to come up, and as you come down, the hand is going to pass the other hand. Step. Now right here, notice the weight in your right foot, move to the left. Weight from the left to the right. From the right to the left, sink. Hold the ball. Step. Into the corner. Pull back. Let that fall through. And then this is going to pass, we'll just go a little bit further. Passes over. Now, notice your weight here. You step into the feet, feel them on the floor, sink. Feel what the ankle feels like as it lets go. Knee, the hip, all the way up to the top. Opening the hands, sink. Okay, we'll just leave it there. All right. That just gives you a little bit of awareness. How is the ankle bending? What is it doing? Just give you that little bit of feel for that. Okay, so let's just go from the first bit again. Won't go quite as far. Just take it up and then sink. Right there. Notice where your weight is. Mine actually comes into my heel again. And I can feel my whole foot connected to the floor, but there's a little bit more into my heel. And then I have a spiral. And a spiral, sink, up. Okay, so just connecting with your feet. Now what I want you to do is feel the energy in your hands, also in your feet. Sink. So there's that straight right hand and the bent left one. Balance of yin and yang happens there. Sink. Push. comes all the way through, step, and out. We'll just leave it there. Okay, now just bring your hands down towards your feet. Feel the energy in your hands transfer, or feel it in your feet the same way. Notice if you feel anything in your legs, hips, waving. Okay, good. Yep, there's enough connection there. I'm just going to knock myself right over. It keeps waving me back. Okay, so if I bring my hands out, can I still feel that connection of energy in the feet? And can I feel it coming up the body? Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right, so let's go to one more piece. This one comes out of Sabre. And you don't need to have the saber in your hand to do this exercise. So I'm just going to actually do it with nothing. If you wish to put it in, it would be in your right hand. And it's the part where we do the spiral of the figure eights, and then we're going to spiral around, foot and foot, that little piece. Okay? So I'm going to face to the right, and I'm going to drop my right hand down, and I'm going to take my left hand. So my fingertips are, fingernails are on my wrist, as we practiced before, except we just don't have a saber. So we're going to come up, we're going to sink, step, just feel your feet, push up. This is going to go around to the left, feel your feet, aqua, up, lift, sink, aqua, up, lift, sink, aqua, up. Now this is going to go around your head, and your hands are going to come straight out. And now you're going to sink back into your right foot, and your left toe comes up. You turn your whole foot around, turn your right foot all the way around, and then you're just going to spiral down into your right leg. Okay, so I'm just going to back up a little bit to do that one again. You can see my feet the whole time. So this is coming up, sink, travels up and through, sink, travels up and through, sink, up and through, sink. This is going to go all the way around, and then step into your left foot and out. Sink back into the right. This is going to turn the whole leg around. Turn the whole leg around. Feel it right into your joints. Sink. And now you can feel your knee go into your other knee, but you can also feel the left foot onto the toes. Then it would be steps, your feet are parallel, and feel the weight shift from the right foot to the left, and then back. And we'll just go here. Okay. That little spiral is connecting up a whole bunch of things. So if we step with the left foot into the corner again, sink back into the right side, you're going to sink down into it, you're going to feel that left side of your body come around. Shift your weight into the left, and then let that whole thing just open right up all the way around. Push off the back foot, sink. Okay, let's try it one more time. So we have down, sink back, whole leg, turn, whole leg, turn, sink, step, push, push, sink. Kind of cool with no saber in your hands, isn't it? You can really feel the way the flow goes, which is what's happening, but you are usually paying attention to the saber. Okay, that gives us that last little bit. So I need to finish a little early today. We have a retreat happening all week, and tonight we have a big event. So I'm going to take the Tai Chi and leave it there. But what I'd like you to do is practice some of those walks where you rise up onto the ball of the foot, step with the ball of the foot, and then sink. And this is another great place for you to just learn more about your balance. So if you're going up, and not that this is going to gain balance, this is about you being aware of what your feet feel like. When we go down, right there, that foot is bent at the back. So again, you're doing that push on the toes. So walk up, step, sink. And then walk up, step, sink. Okay, and now that was walking with that foot. So now if you change and use the other lead, goes up, change feet. Ah, I don't have quite the same balance. Up onto the left, step, sink. There it is. That feels better. Okay, so walk through the foot, up, step, sink. Well, that was interesting. I didn't realize I didn't have that same awareness. Beautiful. Okay, so knowing what that feels like, up on the ball of the foot, up on the ball of the foot, then you settle. Notice that back foot. Push off the toes. Up, step, and then settle. Okay, it's another nice one to really play and learn more about your feet, about your awareness, where you're standing, how you're moving. Okay, my advice to you is it's probably beautiful wherever you are. Go for a walk, put your feet in the grass, bare feet. Go for a walk in the grass. Feel what comes up through you. Notice what your feet feel like on the grass, how you're moving. Notice what it feels like when you're in nature. Notice what it feels like when you're not. Notice what it feels like when you're in the house. So you start to be aware of how your body changes and how Tai Chi can help you to bring that flow back for wherever it tightens up and you've got imbalance. Okay, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.